An 80-year-old woman was kicked out of a luxury car dealership. She returned, and then Emma Williams woke up every morning to the soft hum of the city outside her modest apartment. At 80 years old, she had seen much of life, yet her days were now centered around her son, Noah, who, at nearly 50, faced a terminal cancer diagnosis. Despite inheriting a considerable fortune from her late husband, Emma chose to live simply, focusing entirely on Noah's care. Her days were filled with hospital visits, managing medications, and the quiet, tender moments that brought them closer. "Mom, can we sit by the window today?" Noah often asked, his voice tinged with both strength and vulnerability. The apartment, though modest, was a sanctuary of love and memories. Photos of a lifetime together adorned the walls, from Noah's childhood to recent snapshots. Their bond was unbreakable, forged through years of shared experiences and deep affection. Emma found comfort in their daily routines, preparing meals, reminiscing about the past, and reading to Noah from his favorite books. Each day was a treasure, and she cherished every moment they had. "We will get through this, Noah," Emma would say, her voice steady, though her heart ached with the weight of their reality. Emma's wealth was a secret she guarded fiercely. She wanted Noah to value the simple joys of life rather than material wealth. "Money can't buy happiness, my love," she often reminded him. "It's the people we love and the memories we make that truly matter." Her decision to live modestly was a tribute to her late husband's legacy and a personal conviction. The fortune provided security, but it never defined their existence. It was the love and resilience in their small apartment that mattered most. One rainy afternoon, as Emma watched Noah sleep, she pondered the fragility of their existence. The quiet ticking of the clock reminded her of the precious time slipping away. Her thoughts often drifted to what she could do to make Noah's remaining days as joyful as possible. She knew his lifelong dream of owning a Porsche 911, a passion he had nurtured since he was a boy. "One day, Mom, I'm going to drive one of those," he had said, his eyes lighting up with excitement even now. The idea of fulfilling Noah's dream took root in her heart, growing stronger each day. It wasn't about the car itself, but about giving Noah a piece of joy, a sense of fulfillment in his extraordinary battle. "If there's anything I can do, I will do it," Emma resolved, her determination solidifying with each passing moment. She knew it would be a challenge, but the thought of Noah's joy fueled her resolve. Their close-knit community often marveled at Emma's strength and resilience. "You're an inspiration," her neighbor Mrs. Thompson would say, offering a warm smile. Yet, Emma never saw herself as a hero. She was simply a mother, doing everything in her power to make her son's life a little brighter. As she gazed out the window at the bustling world outside, she felt a flicker of hope. Perhaps, just perhaps, she could make Noah's dream come true. Emma's determination to fulfill Noah's dream became a driving force in her life. Noah had always been fascinated by the sleek design and power of the Porsche 911. "Mom, if I ever get a chance, I'd love to drive one of those," he often said, his eyes sparkling with a youthful excitement. Emma knew that time was of the essence, and she felt an urgent need to make this dream a reality for him. It wasn't just about the car. It was about giving Noah a moment of pure joy in the midst of his struggle. One evening, as they sat together by the window, Emma broached the subject. "Noah, how would you feel about finally getting to drive that Porsche?" she asked, her voice gentle yet hopeful. Noah looked at her, surprised and touched. "Mom, that would be amazing, but it's such an expensive car. We don't need to spend money on something like that," he replied, his humility shining through despite his obvious excitement. Emma squeezed his hand, her eyes filled with determination. "We've never let money define us, Noah. This is about giving you something special, something you've always dreamed of. Let me do this for you," she said firmly. Noah, seeing the resolve in his mother's eyes, nodded slowly, a smile spreading across his face. "All right, Mom. If it means that much to you, I'd love that." The next morning, Emma set out to make the necessary arrangements. She called several dealerships, explaining her situation and her intent. Some were sympathetic, while others were dismissive. "This is going to be harder than I thought," she murmured to herself. But she was undeterred. driven by her love for Noah and her desire to see him happy. Her quest soon became the focus of her days. She spent hours on the phone, visiting showrooms, and even talking to car enthusiasts for advice. Every step was a labor of love, a testament to the deep bond between mother and son. Emma's determination was unwavering, and with each passing day, she grew more resolved to see Noah's dream come true. "I'll do whatever it takes," she vowed silently, her heart filled with a mix of hope and urgency. Emma decided to take the next step and visit a luxury car dealership in person. Dressed in her usual modest attire, she walked into the sleek, glass-fronted showroom, her heart pounding with a mix of determination and anxiety. The showroom was filled with gleaming cars, each more stunning than the last. She could feel the eyes of the staff on her as she approached the reception desk. "Good morning," she began, her voice steady. "I'm interested in purchasing a Porsche 911 for my son." The receptionist gave her a once-over, a flicker of disdain crossing her face before she forced a polite smile. "Are you sure, ma'am? The Porsche 911 is quite an expensive model," she said, her tone dripping with skepticism. Emma nodded firmly. "Yes, I'm sure," she replied, her resolve unwavering. She was directed to a salesman who was equally dismissive. As he led her to the cars, his condescending attitude became apparent. "This model might be out of your budget," he commented offhandedly, making Emma feel small and out of place. Despite the humiliating experience, Emma remained composed. She listened to the salesman's spiel, her mind focused on Noah's dream. But the constant belittling remarks were too much to bear. With a heavy heart, she thanked the salesman and left the dealership, her eyes brimming with tears. She had envisioned this moment as a hopeful step towards fulfilling Noah's wish, but instead, it felt like a cruel setback. Emma walked out, feeling the weight of judgment from those who saw only her appearance and not her purpose. Outside, she leaned against a lamppost, trying to steady her emotions. The busy street around her blurred as she fought back the tears, the overwhelming sense of defeat nearly crushing her. In that moment of vulnerability, Theodore, another salesman who had been observing the scene, approached her with genuine concern. "Ma'am, are you all right?" he asked softly, offering her a tissue. Emma looked up, grateful for the small act of kindness. "I just wanted to make my son happy," she said, her voice breaking. The warmth in Theodore's eyes offered a glimmer of hope. Theodore listened attentively as Emma explained her situation, her voice trembling but determined. He saw beyond her modest clothes and understood the depth of her love and dedication. "I'm so sorry you were treated that way," he said sincerely. "Please, come back tomorrow. Let's talk, and we'll find a way to make this work for your son." Emma nodded, feeling a renewed sense of hope and gratitude. She wasn't alone in this endeavor anymore. Theodore's kindness was a beacon in her moment of darkness. Emma left with a promise to return the next day, her heart lighter with the prospect of a second chance. The next morning, Emma woke with a renewed sense of purpose. She dressed carefully, choosing an outfit that made her feel confident, despite its simplicity. As she prepared to leave, she glanced at Noah, who was still sleeping peacefully. She gently kissed his forehead. "I'll be back soon, my love," she whispered. Stepping out into the crisp morning air, she felt a mix of nerves and determination. She made her way back to the dealership, her heart set on making Noah's dream come true. When Emma arrived at the dealership, Theodore was waiting for her at the entrance. He greeted her with a warm smile, instantly putting her at ease. "I'm glad you came back, Mrs. Williams," he said kindly. "Let's go inside and talk." They walked into his office, away from the bustling showroom. Theodore offered her a seat and listened intently as Emma shared more about Noah and his lifelong dream of driving a Porsche 911. The sincerity in her voice moved Theodore, and he felt a deep desire to help. Emma felt a sense of relief as she poured out her heart. "Noah has always loved cars, especially the Porsche 911, she explained. "I just want to give him this one thing, to see him happy, even if just for a moment." Theodore nodded understandingly. "I completely understand, Mrs. Williams," he said. "Let's make this happen." He started making calls and checking inventories, determined to find the perfect car for Noah. Emma watched him, feeling a glimmer of hope and gratitude. As Theodore worked, Emma took in her surroundings. The office was filled with car memorabilia and photos of happy customers. It was a stark contrast to her experience the previous day. Theodore's kindness and dedication were a beacon of light in her otherwise dark journey. After a few minutes, Theodore looked up, a smile spreading across his face. "I think we've found it," he said. "A beautiful Porsche 911, just the way Noah described." Emma's eyes filled with tears of gratitude. "Thank you, Theodore," she said, her voice shaking. "This means the world to us." Theodore smiled warmly. "It's my pleasure, Mrs. Williams. We'll make sure everything is perfect." They decided to go and see the car in person before finalizing the purchase. Theodore led Emma to the showroom floor, where the sleek, midnight blue Porsche 911 awaited. Emma ran her hand along the car's smooth surface, imagining Noah's joy. "It's perfect," she whispered. After confirming every detail, they finalized the purchase arrangements. As she left the dealership, Emma felt a sense of accomplishment and relief. She couldn't wait to see Noah's reaction. The day finally arrived for Emma to bring Noah to see his dream car. She gently woke him up that morning, her excitement barely contained. "Noah, I have a surprise for you," she said with a smile. Noah, curious and a little groggy, followed her as she helped him get ready. They made their way to the dealership, the anticipation building with every mile. Emma glanced at Noah, his face lighting up as they neared their destination. As they pulled into the dealership, Theodore was there to greet them. "Good morning, Mrs. Williams." "Good morning, Noah," he said warmly. Noah looked around, his eyes widening as he spotted the Porsche 911 on display. "Mom, is that?" He trailed off, unable to believe his eyes. Emma nodded, tears of joy welling up. "Yes, Noah, that's your car," she said softly. Noah approached the car, his hands trembling with excitement as he reached out to touch it. Theodore watched with a smile, moved by the scene unfolding before him. "Would you like to take it for a spin, Noah?" he asked. Noah turned to his mother, eyes shining. "Can we, Mom? Can we really?" Emma nodded, her heart swelling with happiness. "Of course, my love. This is your dream come true." Theodore handed Noah the keys, and with a bit of assistance, Noah slid into the driver's seat, his face beaming with pure joy. They drove around the block, Noah's laughter filling the air as he experienced the thrill of driving his dream car. Emma sat beside him, her heart full as she watched her son's happiness unfold. "This is amazing, Mom. Thank you so much," Noah exclaimed, his eyes twinkling with delight. Emma squeezed his hand, her own eyes filled with tears. "You deserve this, Noah. I'm so happy to see you so happy," she replied. After their drive, they returned to the dealership, where Theodore was waiting. "How was it?" he asked, already knowing the answer. Noah's grin was all the response needed. "It was perfect," he said, his voice filled with emotion. Emma thanked Theodore again, her gratitude overflowing. "You've made a dream come true today," she said. Theodore nodded, feeling honored to have been a part of their special moment. They finalized the paperwork, and Emma drove Noah home in his new car, the fulfillment of his dream shining brightly in their hearts. The joy that the Porsche 911 brought to Noah was immeasurable. For the next week, the car was a source of endless excitement and happiness. Emma cherished every moment, watching Noah's face light up as they went for drives. "This is the best gift ever, Mom," Noah said one afternoon, his voice full of gratitude and joy. They spent hours talking about the car, the drives they would take, and the memories they were making. However, despite the happiness the car brought, Noah's health continued to decline. A week later, Noah passed away peacefully, surrounded by love. Emma was devastated, her heart shattered by the loss of her beloved son. The house felt unbearably quiet without Noah's laughter and the sound of the Porsche's engine. In the days that followed, Emma found herself staring at the car, a bittersweet reminder of Noah's final days filled with joy. Amidst her grief, Emma realized that the car represented not just Noah's dream, but the kindness and compassion she had experienced from Theodore. She decided to honor Noah's memory by passing on the joy the car had brought. She contacted Theodore and asked him to meet her at the dealership. When he arrived, Emma handed him the keys to the Porsche. "I want you to have it," she said, her voice steady despite her tears. "You helped make Noah's dream come true. It's only right that this car goes to you." Theodore was taken aback. "Mrs. Williams, I can't accept this," he said, his voice filled with surprise. Emma shook her head, smiling through her tears. "You've given us so much, Theodore. Please, accept this as a token of our gratitude," she insisted. After a moment, Theodore nodded, deeply moved. "Thank you, Mrs. Williams. I'll treasure it, just as Noah did," he promised, his eyes reflecting the same kindness that had first brought them together. Emma felt a sense of peace as she handed over the keys. It was a small gesture, but it felt like the right thing to do. The Porsche, a symbol of dreams and kindness, would continue to bring joy, just as Noah had intended. As Emma watched Theodore drive away, she felt a bittersweet comfort knowing that Noah's legacy of joy and love would live on through the car and through Theodore's kindness. Returning home, Emma found herself with a new sense of purpose. The pain of losing Noah was still raw, but she felt a glimmer of hope. She knew that Noah would want her to continue spreading joy and kindness, just as they had experienced. Emma decided to channel her grief into creating something beautiful, a way to honor Noah's memory and help others facing similar battles. With a renewed sense of purpose, Emma decided to channel her grief into something meaningful. She returned to her modest apartment, where memories of Noah surrounded her. Each photograph and memento served as a reminder of the love and joy they shared. Emma knew she wanted to help others who were facing similar struggles, to bring hope and happiness to families in need. She reached out to Theodore, knowing he would understand and support her new mission. Emma and Theodore met at a small cafe, the familiar warmth of their friendship providing comfort. "Theodore, I want to do something in Noah's memory," Emma began, her voice filled with quiet determination. "I want to create an organization that helps fulfill the dreams of patients with terminal illnesses, just like we did for Noah." Theodore listened intently, his admiration for Emma growing. "That's a wonderful idea, Emma. I'd love to help in any way I can," he replied sincerely. Together, they brainstormed and planned, their ideas flowing naturally. They envisioned an organization that would not only grant wishes but also provide emotional support to families during their most challenging times. "We can call it Noah's Dreams," Theodore suggested, and Emma's eyes lit up. "Perfect," she agreed, feeling a sense of closeness to Noah through this endeavor. They decided to reach out to local hospitals, community centers, and potential donors to gather support for their cause. Emma threw herself into the project, her days filled with meetings, phone calls, and planning sessions. The work was demanding, but it gave her a sense of purpose and fulfillment. Theodore was by her side every step of the way, offering his business expertise and unwavering support. "We're making a difference, Emma," he would say, and she felt the truth of his words. The community quickly rallied around them, inspired by Emma's story and dedication. As Noah's dreams began to take shape, Emma felt a deep sense of healing. The organization was a testament to Noah's spirit, a way to keep his memory alive through acts of kindness and love. Emma and Theodore organized their first event, a fundraiser to support their cause. The turnout was overwhelming, with people from all walks of life coming together to support their mission. Noah would be so proud, Emma thought, her heart swelling with pride and love. Emma returned to her modest life with a new sense of fulfillment and peace. She knew that Noah's legacy would continue to touch countless lives, bringing joy and hope where it was needed most. Through her grief, she had found a way to transform pain into purpose, creating something beautiful from her loss. As she looked at the bustling world outside her window, Emma felt a deep sense of connection to those around her, knowing that Noah's dreams would carry on his spirit of joy and kindness. Emma's journey through grief had transformed her deeply. The creation of Noah's dreams brought new purpose and meaning to her life, giving her a way to honor her son's memory while helping others. She found solace in the stories of the families they were able to support. Each dream fulfilled a testament to Noah's enduring legacy. The community's response was overwhelming, and Noah's dreams quickly became a beacon of hope for many. Emma's once quiet, modest life was now filled with vibrant purpose and heartfelt connections. Theodore, inspired by Emma's dedication, took steps to bring about change within the dealership as well. He advocated for more empathetic and respectful customer service policies, ensuring that everyone, regardless of appearance or background, was treated with dignity and kindness. The dealership began to thrive under these new practices, and the staff felt a renewed sense of pride in their work. "We're not just selling cars, we're making dreams come true," Theodore would often remind his colleagues, echoing the ethos of Noah's dreams. Emma and Theodore's collaboration extended beyond their professional efforts. They often met to discuss new ideas and share stories of the lives they touched through Noah's dreams. Their bond grew stronger, rooted in shared values and mutual respect. "I couldn't have done this without you, Theodore," Emma admitted one evening as they reviewed plans for an upcoming event. "Your kindness and support have made all the difference." Theodore smiled, humbled by her words. "It's been an honor, Emma. Your strength and vision have inspired us all." The impact of their work was far-reaching. Families who had lost hope found new reasons to smile. Children with terminal illnesses experienced moments of pure joy, and the community rallied together in support of a cause that brought out the best in everyone. Emma's story and the mission of Noah's dreams were featured in local news, inspiring others to contribute and volunteer. Emma was often approached by people who shared their gratitude and personal stories of how Noah's dreams had touched their lives. Through this journey, Emma found herself changed in profound ways. She felt a deep sense of connection to the world around her, a renewed faith in humanity, and a lasting bond with her son's memory. The pain of losing Noah was still there, but it was now intertwined with a sense of purpose and fulfillment. Emma had turned her grief into a force for good, creating a legacy that would endure long after her own time. Emma and Theodore's story became an enduring example of how empathy and generosity can transform lives. Their work with Noah's dreams continued to grow, and the dealership thrived as a model of compassionate business practices. Emma knew that Noah's spirit lived on through every dream fulfilled and every act of kindness inspired by their journey. As she stood before a gathering at a Noah's Dreams event, Emma spoke from her heart. "In every dream we make come true, Noah's light shines bright. Let's continue to spread that light and bring joy to those who need it most." The applause that followed was a celebration of love, hope, and the enduring power of a mother's love. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.